my followers, and welcome to my January of 2015 TBR. For the month of January, I am planning on reading 10 books. It is right now, January 8th, nighttime. It's around 9 p.m. and I have only read one book so far, and I'm in the middle of 2. So I have no idea how I'm going to manage to read 10 books, but I'm hoping that once I finish those 2, I'm gonna start sprinting and reading as much as possible. So let's get started. The first book that I wanted to read and I managed to finish and read this month, the only one I finished, is Willa Groove by Kathleen Peacock. I won this arc from Kathleen Peacock on Twitter, and I already bought a copy. I'm just waiting for it to arrive. This book came out on January 6th. It's one of my favorite trilogies. Right over here, I don't know if you can see it, there's Hemlock and then there's Thornhill, and this is the third and last book in this trilogy. It's one of my all-time favorite trilogies, and I was dying waiting for this one, but as soon as I won it and it was sent after the Christmas break, I got it and I started it immediately and I couldn't stop reading it, and as you can see here, I totally loved this book, but this is not the wrap-up. Point is, this was on my TBR. Next book is the one I'm currently reading, and it is Heartbreak Cafe, No Experience Required by Janet Quinn Harkin. I don't even know if I hauled this. A lot of these books I have not hauled yet, so yeah, I'm just waiting. I might do a book haul this weekend. Well, let's see. This one actually came out in 1989, but it's getting repackaged, as in like redesigned cover-wise and such, and republished. It's part of like the beginning of a series about a girl who is rich, and then like her parents get a divorce and her dad like moves away, and her mom can't support like, you know, their rich life, so she has to get a job at the Heartbreak Cafe. I'm liking it so far. It's really short. It's like less than 200 pages, and I'm already on page like 65, and it's a lot of fun. The next book that I'm currently reading is Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. This is the sequel to Red Rising. As you can see here, I am almost halfway through. I'm on page 185, and let me just tell you, this is so much better than Red Rising. Like, unbelievably exceeded my expectations. I really enjoyed Red Rising. I did not love it. And the beginning, I really wanted to DNF it because I didn't like, you know, the writing. It took so much just to get into the story, but because I was buddy reading it with Gisela Book Nerd Canada, she was kind of like egging me on to continue reading, and I did, and the action like started like a third of the way in, and it was amazing, and I loved it, but in the end I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This one, the action starts literally from the first page, and it does not let up at all. So page 185, I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? So many people are dying, so many things are happening, conspiracies left and right, and craziness all around. So definitely excited to finish this one. So I know I did the whole resolution thing where I read 50% or 1-to-1 ratio of review book to non-review book. The only problem is that for this month, the review and non-review piles sort of blurred. Like, Willa Groove is a book I've always wanted to read, so I was going to read it in January. But, I mean, I read it as an arc, so I don't know if I should consider this review or non-review. I am going to review it because I want to review it because I love Kathleen Peacock, and I feel like I want to write my review to get, you know, people to read it. So I don't know if that's review or non-review. And then I have a couple of others. I mean, Golden Sun is a review book, but I've still wanted to read it. So it's kind of weird right now. But I do have a couple of books that I picked up, like backlisted books that I will talk about later. So I have 2 more, actually much more. I think I have 3 more review books. The first one is Love Lucy by April Lindner. This book comes out at the end of this month, and it is about a girl who goes to Italy and discovers herself. Then there's Serafina by Rachel Hartman. The sequel, Shadow Scale, is coming out this year, and the publisher wanted to, you know, bring back the hype, I guess, or like, you know, attention to the book. This is another book that I've been dying to read forever, but I only got a chance to request it from the publisher. So again, is this review or non-review? I consider this a review book. Another book is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Naveen. Now this is an arc, but it's unsolicited, so I wasn't planning on reading it this soon. I was gonna wait for a couple of months, but my book blogger friends who we kind of meet once a month, like Brittany, Patty, Marina, she also has a YouTube channel, as well as Giselle Book in Canada. There's also Anna, and there's Melissa, and then my sister. I don't know if she's going to join for this month, but we picked this book to read for January and then discuss when we meet up at the end of January. So yeah, that's why I bumped it up my TBR. Again, is this review or non-review? I'm so confused right now. Now, the last review book, for sure it's a review book, is The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. As soon as I saw this on the newsletter for Random House and I looked online, read the synopsis, read what it is like to, and it is similar to Gone Girl. So I'm like, yeah, request. I'm trying to read more murder mysteries this year, and this has been getting so much good hype. So this is an adult book, so it goes towards my reading more adult books as well as more mysteries. So I'm very excited to read this, and it says it's gripping, enthralling, a top-notch thriller, and a compulsive read. Again, I did not haul this book. Now the last 3 books are for sure non-review books, for sure. The first, they're all pretty much backlisted because they've been on my shelf for at least 6 months. The first one is Bunheads by Sophie Flack. Now I have an abundance of contemporaries on my shelf. Contemporaries, they're just like really fast, quick reads, and a lot of the time contemporaries sort of lose the flame of needing to read them like a month or 2 after they're published. They're not like series that kind of stick around for a while. So I'm planning to read at least like 1 contemporary a month from my bookshelf, and I've always wanted to read this because I'm a huge fan of reading and watching ballet, movies and shows, and like reading books. So I really wanted to read this, and I know that this is going to be a very quick read. Next, I'll be buddy reading The Kiss of Deception with a couple of people, including Patty, Marina, Bana, and Esma. So we're hopefully going to buddy read this in the middle of the month. This is another book that I bought like ages ago, full price, because I was dying to read it and I never read it. So I'm really excited to read this one. And the last book in this whole wrap TBR is Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. Myself, along with Bana and Amani, we sort of have like a WhatsApp group. They're my real life friends back in Dubai, and we sort of Skype from time to time and talk about books a lot. And Bana read this, loved it, and she was like, read it, read it, read it. So Amani read it a week ago or something, but she wrote her review, and it was a spoiler review on Goodreads, even though it was like hidden, but it's linked to her Facebook. So apparently she published it in her Facebook, and there was no like spoiler hashtag thing, like the hidden thing, and apparently people were spoiled for that book. But the good thing is that I read her warning like ahead of time. Even though she deleted the post, it didn't get deleted. Point is, I can't wait any longer. I do not want to get spoiled for this book, and Bana has been telling us to read it for a while, so I'm going to read it, and I love Jojo Moyes' 1+1, so I'm excited to read this one. So these are all the books that I will be reading for the month of January. Well, I already read this, and I'm halfway through these 2. But point is, there is technically 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 non-review books to 5 review books. Yes, I'm sticking to my 1-to-1 ratio. Now let's just hope I actually end up reading them all. That's it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and see you in my next video. Bye!